Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Melvin Dothard, Print Solution Specialist at Mimaki USA. And in this video, I'm going to go over how to make a very simple, very basic print and cut file using Adobe Illustrator and Mimaki RasterLink tools. Before we get started, you're going to obviously need Adobe Illustrator as well as the Mimaki RasterLink tools. If you do not have Mimaki RasterLink tools, don't sweat it. It's very simple to download. All you need to do is go to mimaki.com. You're going to select the product tab at the top, and then on the right side here you're just going to scroll down until you get to RIP right here, and you're going to select RasterLink7. After you select that, you're just going to select the download tab right here, and then you're going to scroll down until you find RasterLink tools for Illustrator. Now to further filter it, you're going to want to select the OS that you use, and I'm using Windows 11. And I'm also, for this tutorial, using Illustrator 2021. So obviously the most recent version of Mimaki RasterLink tools wouldn't work for me. So I would literally just scroll down until I find 2015, 2024, so that would perfectly work for me. So I'll select this version, and then I would just scroll down until I find the download button. Red download button's right there. Download it, install it, and then restart my computer, and then Mimaki RasterLink tools should be visible in your Adobe Illustrator. If you have any issues, feel free to contact our call center. They can walk you through the full process. From there, I'm literally going to open a file. We're going to start with an EPS file, which honestly is the most easiest form of creating a cut file because you already have the lines in your art file. So there's nothing that you have to necessarily create. If I wanted to, I could literally just put a box around this artwork, make it a cut line, and that would be it. But I feel like boxes and circles are kind of simple, and I'm going to show you how to basically make a very specific kind of cut file unique to the artwork that you have. So with this artwork, I kind of see that there's a background, so I'm just going to kind of lock that in place. And that way all I can select is just like the artwork around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a new layer. And I'm going to copy all the artwork I currently have selected with Control C. And then I'm going to lock that layer. I'm going to name it my artwork. And then layer 2, I'm going to do Control F or paste in place. And I'm going to turn this into my cut layer. So now that I have my layers named, and you can kind of see if I hide this layer that all the artwork on the cut layer is still there. But how do I actually make this artwork into my cut lines? Which is very simple. I'm going to open my favorite tool, Pathfinder. Pathfinder has got me out of a whole lot of jams. And what's unique about Pathfinder is it basically takes, right now you can kind of see everything is completely separated, right? Instead of it being separated like that, I'm going to select it all and click this first button. It's called Unite. And basically it takes all the art that's selected and makes it one shape. So now if I select anything in here, it moves it all together as one shape. But it still retains its vector art properties, which is very important. Now that I have it all as one shape, and remember, I still have my art file right here, so nothing's changed for the print portion. Now that I have that selected, I'm going to bring open my Mimaki RasterLink tools. And this second button right here is going to be my offset button. And the benefits of this is basically, we'll start at 50 just so we can kind of see what it looks like. Basically what it does is it extrudes from what's selected and creates a separate line. As you can see right now, what has been created isn't necessarily bubbled enough. There's still independent pieces, and I don't necessarily want that, so I'm just going to undo it with Control Z, and then I'm just going to extrude it again at 100. And you can see here now it gives it more of a bubble effect. And if I wanted even more space, I can up it to 150, 200. And those numbers are specific to the file size. I believe this is like a 3-foot size image. So obviously, if I was doing something that was much smaller, it wouldn't be 100, it'd probably be like 5 or something like that. So now that I have this extruded, I'm going to delete everything that was in the middle because I don't care about that. All I care about is this cut line, right? That's the whole purpose of this layer. So if you bring the artwork back up, you can see the cut lines around the artwork, and that's what it would visually look like. However, this isn't a cut line yet. So in order to make it a cut line, what I'm going to do is the first button in the Mimaki RasterLink tools, I'm going to click that. And what that does is basically make this spot color right here called cut contour. Now what cut contour does is when you bring any art file into Mimaki RasterLink with cut contour, it separates the cut line from the art file. And the benefit of that is basically it's not printing the line. So for instance, here it makes the line green. It's not going to necessarily print green when I do a print and cut job. It's literally just going to print it as if that cut line is not there, and then cut using the green line. If that makes sense. So what that clicking this button did was basically make a spot color named cut contour. It must be named spot color. Usually they're process colors. And then the color itself isn't necessarily required. It's more so name cut contour and a spot color. If you have those two requirements, it'll use it as a print cut file. So right now, yes, this will be set up as a print and cut file. But I'm going to take it one step further, and because we are Mimaki, we have the ability to do two different types of cuts. So we have what's called a kiss cut and a half cut. So a kiss cut would be, I want to cut out a sticker so that way it peels and the liner is still intact on the back. But let's say I wanted all of these to be cut out individually so that way I can hand out the stickers. But I still want it to be a peel kiss cut. I can make a square around the entire art file and name this cut contour as well. However, right now they're both called cut contour, which means that they're both going to use the same cut properties. But I want the inside to be a kiss cut and the outside to be a half cut. So what I would do is I would take the cut contour spot color and I would duplicate it. So now there's cut contour 2. Now, like I said before, the important part is the cut contour. That has to remain untouched. But the 2, I'm going to change that to be half. And that's just a visual indicator for me when I go into RasterLink to know that, okay, the half portion is the one that I want to be the half cut. And I'm also going to change the color just for art purposes. I want to be able to see the green is the kiss cut and red is the half cut. I'm going to hit OK. And now you're going to see green line is my kiss cut and the red line is my half cut. So from here, I would literally just do File, Save As. We're going to name this Astronaut Alien. And whenever you're saving out your file, whenever you're doing a print and cut, you want to make sure it stays vector. So PDF or EPS files are ideal. My personal preference is EPS because I'm designing it in Illustrator, and EPS is more of a design art file, so I just keep it as EPS. PDFs work fine as well. And then from here, I would just hit OK, and then it saves my file. So now, when I go into Illustrator, or I'm sorry, Mimaki RasterLink, I would go to File, Open, and you can see Astronaut Alien right there. I'll hit File, and we're going to be using the printer CJV200. We're going to hit OK. It's going to open the file here in a second. And you can see, even though I only opened one file, there's 2 pieces here. One is color and one is a cut. So what it did is it basically automatically separated my cut file from my print file. And I can verify that by going to General Print. And under Cut Edit here, you'll see that Cut Contour and Cut Contour Half, it recognized both of those. In order for the plotter though to know which one is which, I would have to manually go in here. So for Cut Contour, I want that to be my kiss cut. So on my control panel on my CJV200, I would make sure that Cut 1 is set up for a kiss cut. So I would hit Apply, so that way it changed the cut definition to user definition instead of panel setting. And then for half cut, I'm going to set that one up as Cut 2. So that way, wherever it sees Cut Contour Half, it's going to use Cut 2. And anywhere it sees Cut Contour, it's going to do Cut 1. That way, it can do both cut methods in one cut file. Then from here, I would literally, I'll go back to image edit, and I would just set the file up as I would any other file. So if I want these to be stickers, make them 5 inches. Let's do 25, and we'll make sure we do register marks. We're gonna do layout as whole because I want the register marks around the whole thing. We're gonna go down to 24 just to make it nest a little bit easier. We're gonna center it, and we're gonna do a little spacing. Let's do 1/4 of an inch. That should be fine. Let's go down to 22 then. And that would be it. From here, I would literally go to execute. And under execution order, I want to make sure I select print and cut. Unless I wanted to laminate it, I would do print first, take it off, laminate it, and then go back to cut. Now, both of them work perfectly fine, but for a print and cut, literally you select print and cut, I would hit start, and then literally it would go from printing the art file and immediately go to reading the crop marks and cutting it. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe down below, and let me know what type of trips you would like to see on Mimaki RasterLink. Thanks for watching. Bye.